On today's video, we're going to compare the cost of living between San Diego, California, and then right here in Knoxville, Tennessee. And if you're new to this channel and you want to know everything that there is to know about living, working, eating, and playing here in the Knoxville, Tennessee area, the good and the bad, you're going to want to subscribe below and click that bell so you can be one of the first notified of the current market conditions here in Knoxville, Tennessee. My name is Todd Jewell, and me and my team receive calls and emails every day from people just like you who are looking to make that move to Knoxville. We absolutely love to hear from you. We don't care if you're looking to move immediately. If you're not going to be moving for a year, we want to go ahead and get the process started so that your move can be as easy and stress-free as possible. And you're going to want to stick around to the end because I think you're going to be shocked by the difference in these two cost of living areas. Let's first take a look at the city of San Diego. So San Diego, known as America's finest city, is located on the Pacific coast, known for its warm climate, its beautiful beaches, fantastic, beautiful place. At the same time, it is in the state of California, and one of the very first things we have to consider when we're talking about cost of living between these two areas are the states. The state of California and San Diego has a state income tax. It's going to run anywhere from 1% all the way up to 12.3%, and that 12.3% state income tax, if you're in that bracket, puts it as one of the highest states in the nation for state income tax. It's easy to compare that to the state of Tennessee because Tennessee is one of the few states that has no state income tax. So right off the bat, when you move to the state of Tennessee, whether it be Knoxville, Chattanooga, Nashville, or anywhere else, you see a significant savings between these two areas simply from the state income tax. Okay, so now let's talk about housing costs, especially as it relates to purchase price. Is usually one of the biggest expenses anyone has. And San Diego, being a oceanfront city, does have a really high housing cost. According to Realtor.com, the mean sales price of a home in San Diego, California at the end of June of 2023 was $935,000. If you take that same statistic and you look at Knoxville, Tennessee, at the end of June 2023, the average mean sales price was $395,000. That is a significant savings in sales price. It represents a 60% difference in mean sales price between San Diego and Knoxville. But the savings go on much deeper than just savings on a purchase price. What you get for your money is also substantially different. The per square foot cost of a home in San Diego will run around $450 a square foot for a home that is older, up to a $600+ a square foot for a home that is newer and of average quality. In Knoxville, a new home will cost you somewhere between $200 and $265 per square foot. So not only are they much less expensive, but what you're able to buy is much more for less here in the Knoxville, Tennessee area. Next, let's consider real estate taxes. According to Smart Access Real Estate Calculator, a $500,000 home in the San Diego area is going to run you about $4,350 a year in real estate taxes. Honestly, I don't think that's too bad. Here in Knoxville, Tennessee, that same $500,000 home is going to run you about $3,250 a year, still giving you an over 20% savings on your real estate taxes. Next, let's talk about sales tax. So Tennessee has what most people consider to be a pretty high sales tax. Here in Knoxville, it's 9.25%. When you compare that to the sales taxes out in San Diego, which is 7.75%, Knoxville is a little higher. I do want to make this note though. In Tennessee, there are certain items that are exempt to a reduced rate as it relates to our sales tax, such as groceries, which is taxed at 5%. Clothing can be 7%. Prepared foods, 7%. Prescription drugs, 7%. So it is a little higher in the sales tax area. The great thing I think about the sales tax is that it's a usury tax. So you kind of control how much you spend, and that's how much tax you pay. The next category we're going to talk about are groceries. Now, the difference in grocery cost here in Knoxville is not as great as it is in housing between Knoxville and San Diego, but there is still a significant difference. And according to Bankrate.com's cost of living calculator, which you can look at and get the individual breakdown of all the different grocery differences, Knoxville is still significantly less on their grocery prices, usually between 15 and 20% overall. You're going to pay less when you go to the grocery store. Next, we're going to talk about transportation costs, because transportation cost is something you're going to do on a daily basis, and it is a significant part of your cost of living. So in Knoxville, you're going to pay less for car insurance. You're going to pay less for gasoline and those type of products. Overall, your transportation cost, once again, is going to be significantly less than you're going to see in San Diego. Now, if you are someone who uses public transportation, San Diego's public transportation system is going to be better than Knoxville's public transportation system. It's more expensive, but it's also more substantial, covers more areas, and offers more options. But if you live here in the Knoxville, Tennessee area, you're going to want to have a car. And to have a car here versus in San Diego is going to be a little bit less or significantly less here in the Knoxville, Tennessee area. Next, let's talk healthcare. So healthcare is going to be a substantial part of your cost of living if you're someone who needs an ongoing healthcare facility or use of doctors and medical facilities. So here in Knoxville, we're very fortunate that we have multiple quality healthcare facilities and systems so that you have a lot of options. And that keeps competition up, honestly, and prices down a little bit. It also makes it very easy access, high quality, and as affordable as anywhere you're going to find in the country. Okay, I told you to stick around to the end. So let's talk about the overall cost of living differences between Knoxville, Tennessee, San Diego, California. If you go to Bankrate.com's cost of living calculator, and I consider that to be one of the best, you put in that you make $100,000 a year, you move to Knoxville, Tennessee, you're only going to need to make a little bit more than $59,000 a year to maintain your quality of living. That represents about a 40.5% decrease in the overall cost of living. So moving to Knoxville can actually save you almost half when you consider a cost of living. Okay, so there you have it. A fairly detailed view of the differences in cost of living here in Knoxville, Tennessee versus San Diego, California. If you're someone who is considering moving to the Knoxville, Tennessee area and you want to know about what things cost here in Knoxville, what kind of jobs that we have and what those jobs pay here in Knoxville, so you can start to compare how the move is going to affect you. And if you haven't reached out to me yet, do so. Phone call, email, text, or schedule that Zoom meeting so we can go ahead and meet face-to-face. Talk about your situation in detail. And if you haven't subscribed, we would love to have you do that below, as well as give us a thumbs up if you enjoyed this video. And until next time, guys, I can't wait to see you around Knoxville really soon.